Hey, good day, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Just in case you're joining for the very first time, I am the real Brian Glaze Gibbs. I'm back with part two of the story about Calvin Hudson, better known as K-Son, Brooklyn own notorious stick-up kid whose name still ring bells in the street. But listen, this is not about glorification, it's about education. Okay? Let's sit back and think about it right now, guys. For some of the things that y'all missed in part one, I spoke about who was K-Son and how he came up through the Brooklyn ranking. You know what? He was like any typical kid. And to me right now he probably was a good kid coming up. But once again, peer pressure. Once again, like, you know what I'm saying, like being bullied or being taken advantage of. You know what? Guess what? Anybody in their rightful state of mind do not want to be a victim of circumstance. So you know what? What happened? If you don't want to be a sucker, you start victimizing other people. I'm not saying that's right, but that's how it started to me, because he got his name, he became 5%er, and then right now guess what? He started picking up the guns, start socializing with different individuals that was out there in the street, like Allah Justice. And right now, everybody don't understand, when those two got together, they was terror on wheels. They would go around sticking up anything. I'm talking about from drug dealers to stick up kid to anybody that's out there that had it. They wanted, they was gonna get it one way or another. And that's what happened. When those guys stick you up, anything goes. And they felt that you pose a threat, guess what? They was gonna eliminate you. They was gonna murder you right then and there. They was gonna give you the opportunity to retaliate. And they felt that you pose a threat, guess what? Him, Allah Justice, and anybody that was down with them, they was gonna eliminate you. They was not gonna take that chance of you coming back to get them. And even like I say, with his reputation, a lot of people fear him. Because the only thing you heard, like they was in love with what? They was in love with guns. That's all they did. They played with guns. They did fire practice. They'll go up on the roof, start shooting at different things or whatever, and it doesn't matter. They would rob and steal and stick up people for their guns. So it didn't matter. These guys was about what? Their business. And they didn't care who they hurt, who stood in their way. They was gonna get what they feel was rightfully theirs. It didn't matter. Like K-Son and his crew, they had such a powerful reputation that other stick-up kid, other gangster feared them. Because once again, how can you trust somebody as dangerous as those guys was? I know I didn't trust them. And like I said right now, was when I had an opportunity to take a shot at them, because once again, when they became a threat to me and my crew, it was, hey look, it was no off limit. I was not taking no chances. You know, even right now, like I say, I first met K-Son through Walter King Tut Johnson. And you know what? That was over a phone call. And you know what that young man told me? Yo, Glaze, I admire you, I respect you, I heard so much about you or whatever. You know, let me know if anything you want to do. And I appreciate that. But in the same token or whatever, like I told you, when they got caught up into that Hollywood situation and Hollywood died, and I know that he was responsible for, all bet was off. But when y'all sit back and y'all think about it, everybody missing the big point. The big point is this, man. When we went to war with those guys, guess what? Those guys had internal war. It was Allah, Justin, and K-Son. For some reason, back in '86, they robbed this guy named Rick. When they robbed Rick used to deal with one of Allah, Justice's girlfriend. And she, and right now, guess what? Rick didn't know that she was dealing with Allah. Rick was a Jamaican cat from Flatbush. And right now, he was dealing. He met one of Allah Justice's girlfriend. I'm going to call her Sharon. So when he met Sharon, guess what happened? They connected. She's a yellow bone and a little saying long hair, you know, had a hell of a body. And you know what? A lot of times people got in their mind because a chick is light skinned that they're gorgeous. And right now, that's not the case. But anyway, trust me, Allah Justice was in love with her, and Rick, he was fascinated by her. So once again, Rick used to travel from Texas to New York. So just so happened right now you know what? He's on his way back to Texas, And he wound up getting in contact with Sharon and letting them know, guess what, I'm coming by. So once again, it was a trap. So when he got there, he started kissing Sharon. Then right now, Allah Justice and Kayshawn was waiting in the cut. And guess what happened? As soon as they got close, they click on him. And when they click on him, they rob him for the money he had in his pocket and a jewelry. You know, he had on a bunch of dookie rope chain and medallion, whatever, watch and, rings. They got it. They took that from him. And not only that, they wound up shooting that man in the process, killing him. Okay, sit back and think about it. This dude was driving, I believe, a BMW. So even though these guys, they left, ran, the girl yelling, screaming, Sharon, why did you kill him? And they had to snatch her up and take her in to the projects to get away. But unbeknownst to them, Rick had like several kilos of cocaine that was in the car. It was in a hidden stash along with cash. And these guys didn't even know it. So anyway, right now, as time went on, Allah just wound up getting busted for that. Okay? So even when he was incarcerated, I don't know what happened. But I'm thinking right now is some of the things that he wanted Kayshawn to take care of, or some of the things he wanted Kayshawn to do, Kayshawn didn't do it. So I don't know whether it has something to do with the money, the jewelry, or whatever the situation may have been. Kayshawn didn't execute the way Allah just expected him to. Because he felt they both 5%ers. They was brothers. Okay? They was, crimies, co-defendant. But at the end of the damn day, guess what? Neither one of them could be trusted. Allah Justice couldn't trust him. He couldn't trust Allah Justice. So what wound up happening is this. When I was going back and forth and I was beefing with them, okay? So when I caught that case, when Allah Justice came to see me, talk about he wanted to be down with me, and he came to visit me at Cyprus, and I shot him in the face, and he played dead, guess what? Guess what? Right now we went to war. In the process of me going against Allah Justice and Kayshawn, I don't know what took place, but I know I couldn't get next to Allah Justice and Kayshawn no more. And even Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols say, look, man, those guys got to go. So right now it was a 190 Mercedes-Benz, a 1988 190 Mercedes-Benz on Allah Justice head. It was a 1988 190 Benz on Kayshawn head. And guess what? When Kayshawn got killed, everybody pointed the finger at me. And you know what? I did not have nothing to do with it. Because once again, I missed my opportunity on Allah Justice. We got into a few shootouts after that. And then what happened? Shortly after that, Kayshawn got killed. And like I say right now, sit back and think about it. Who had access to Kayshawn apartment, Kayshawn building? Who had access? And not only that, whoever killed Kayshawn, guess what? He let him in. He let him in. And you know what happened when he let him in? They put the drop on him. And they shot and murdered Kayshawn in his own apartment. Kayshawn would never have allowed me, Brian Glaze Gibbs, or the Eminem crew to get that damn close. So you know who it was? It was Allah Justice. And let me show you how smooth and how slick he is. So when King Allah heard about Kayshawn death, he reached out to Allah Justice. And he said, yo, I know Glaze and them did it. Allah Justice knew I didn't have nothing to do with it. But he didn't care. He knew he could use that with the other 5%er. And guess what? That's when him and King Allah merged together. And that's when King Allah told him, look, you want Glaze, I want Fat Cat. Glaze lived at Fat Cat mother house. And I didn't live there. And like I say, folks, listen. The moral of the story is this. Trust nobody. These two individuals right now, they had that love-hate relationship. 1 minute they brother. 1 minute they do any and everything to anybody for each other. Then look what happened. You know what happened? I wish you didn't trust me so much. because Allah just is the one that murdered Kayshawn and Tawana that day in what? Tompkins houses. What it was, May 15, 1988. Hey, hit the like button, subscribe, share, support. I am the real Brian Glaze Gibbs. If I can change, anybody can change. One love.